What up? About to go live in 3, 2, 1. And no. About to go live in 3, 2, 1. Yo, welcome back to another podcast, man. Let's get into it, man. What's up? Everybody good today? Everybody excited? Everybody ignited, man? We just, another amazing episode number 3, man. Hopefully we can give you guys some juicy information. Hopefully you guys are ready for some motivation, because y'all know how we do. This is Why Now Is Your Time podcast, helping you design the life you want, create the brand you deserve, and leave your legacy.
You're now listening to Why Now Is Your Time podcast and radio. We believe you should design the life you want, create the brand you deserve, and leave your legacy for years to come. Because life without purpose has no meaning. Your life, your brand, and your legacy. How will you leave it? You're now listening to WhyNowIsYourTime.com, the only place to get motivation and education about entrepreneurship.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get into it, man. Today's topic is talking about... Today's episode is all about writing your story, man. Let's talk about it, man. Listen, do people know your story? Do you want to write your story? Are you documenting your moments? These are things you got to ask yourself on a daily basis, man. Are you documenting your moments? Too many times we're not documenting our moments, man. Like I see pictures on Instagram. I see a couple of clips. But I think it's very important that you document your moment. And are you trying to leave a legacy? So that's another thing. What are you doing on your spare time, your off time, your grind time, what are you doing, man? Are you trying to leave a legacy, man? It's time for you to write your story, man. It's important. It's time for you to look back and ask yourself, are you creating content so people can get to know, like, and trust you, man? That's just what it is. So I always ask myself every day, am I personally writing my story? It's very important that I understand that I am writing my story, man. And I don't know why people feel like it's hard to write your story, when really it's not hard to write your story, man. Because you live in your story every day. The way I kind of look at life is this: whatever year it is what chapter you in. Every chapter have 365 pages. All right. Every page have 24 hours. Those 24 hours are filled in with content, things that you are doing. You got to kind of shift your mind in thinking about that right there. So if say you was in chapter 21, all right, you 21 years old. What did you do in that chapter? You know what I'm saying? Was that a good chapter in your book that you written? Or was that a chapter that you wasted a lot of time? I think people need to kind of evaluate how they kind of live in their life and how important is leaving your legacy. I don't know why my mindset is just shifted over the years. It's everything I try to do, I try to document it, record that moment. Because one thing I learned about these moments, we cannot get them back. We cannot get these moments back, man. And these moments are very critical to our success, very critical to our legacy. Do you want to be that grandparent that they put up on the wall and people say, hey, my great-great-great-great-grandfather or my grandfather was amazing, or my grandmother was an amazing woman? I mean, what are you doing right now, man? It's time to write that story, man. Document your moments. So I want you guys to really wrap your mind on this episode. It's man, how am I writing my story? How has every chapter been in my life? You know what I'm saying? You might be 40 right now. You know what I'm saying? So from 18 to 40, that's 22 chapters. You know what I'm saying? What did you do? You know what I'm saying? You got to kind of look at your life. It might be 30 right now. You know what I'm saying? So from 20 to 30, that was 10 chapters in your life, your book of life. What did you do with it? You know what I'm saying? So we got to be real critical. We got to kind of write these things down, be in the moment. and also understand that we are all trying to leave some kind of legacy. I hate for someone to pass and our legacy is not remembered. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's important that we all understand the importance of writing our legacy, writing each chapter, being very intentional about what are we writing in these chapters. You know what I'm saying? So I hear people say this all the time. This year is going to be the best year in my life. How? How's it going to be the best year? You know what I'm saying? Was last year the best year of your life? What did you do last year? How are you going to get better for the next year? You have to really line out your dreams, line out your goals, and ask yourself, like, man, how are you going to write this story? It's very important that you write this story. So, as usual, I say there's things I want you to think about. First thing is document every day, all right? Every day I usually ask myself, like, what have I done today to impact the world? Ask yourself that question right now. What have you done today or yesterday or last week that have impacted the world? Or are you so selfish that it's all about you? You know what I'm saying? Who are you helping outside of your family? Who are you helping outside of your kids? Who are you helping with the knowledge and information or the accessibility of things that you have? You might be a person that can connect somebody with somebody to teach them how to write a book. You might be a person that connect somebody to teach them how to give them a better job. I mean, you have to really ask yourself, how are you connecting? You know what I'm saying? How are you impacting people's lives? Because to me, it's all about impact and income. You know what I'm saying? It's important. I think income is just as important as oxygen. Having money, minute your money stop, your life stop. And I say that because, money is just as important as oxygen. People say, oh, man, you talking about... No, I'm not saying money is a tool to create memories. But money is also a tool that we all need to survive because we have bills, we got places we want to go. So you can stop with the broke mindset. You know what I'm saying? The broke mindset ain't why we here and why we on this podcast. Why we on this podcast today is talking about your story, man. I want to know, who are you? You know what I'm saying? Who have you impact? What is people saying about you? If you was lying in that grave, in the grave, if you was lying in the casket right now, and the pastor had 3 sentences, what would you want those 3 sentences to say about you? You know what I'm saying? Not a whole book. What 3 sentences? Do you want to say, man, this person was amazing, this person impacted people's lives, they really sought out to be an impact to people? Or do you want to be a person to say, this person was a piece of crap? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you gotta ask yourself these questions, like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I try my best to treat everyone with respect. I try to stay very humble in everything I do, because one thing I know about life and God, this stuff can be taken away immediately. You know what I'm saying? So this is very important that you guys line yourself up, line your vision up, and understand that you are documenting your moments. Tell yourself right now, I am documenting my moments. All right, today's motivation is, I will create my story. All right, write that down right now. I will create my story. We all have a story. We all living in the present, and creating your story is important. I'm at a funeral and I hear, oh, this person was like this, or this person was like that. Like, we all have a story. We all are running across people that we are impacting their lives. So what will people say about you? Why would they say these things about you? Who are you becoming? I mean, these are things I really, truly want you to write down and think about, that you will create your story, because I really, truly want you guys to be in line with the vision of life, the vision of you creating the life that you want, but also being able to impact people, man. Being able to, it's important that people go back and say, hey, such and such has really helped me, or such and such is somebody that you want to connect with. You know what I'm saying? That's why I really, on a daily basis, that's what got me on this motivation of Why Now Is Your Time. Because Why Now Is Your Time is a platform that can not only inspire people, but it can give somebody the notations of, man, this guy is impacting the world. This guy's giving us motivation, education, and he's helping us get to the next level. So my thing is, we all have a story, man. So let's write that story. So right now, if I was you, I would say, listen, right now, today, whatever your age is, put chapter 35. All right. And then outside of chapter 35, put, okay, day 1. All right. So now, what have you done day 1? January 1. January 2 is day 2. What have you done this day? You know, I know some people say, I'm working, I'm grinding. Yeah. But in the process of doing all of this stuff, how are you impacting people? All right. Because you're going to make money. You're going to run into people. You're going to really, how are you impacting people? It's about impact and income. All right. Impact and income, and write your story. Because we all have a story that our story needs to be saying it has impacted people and helped them either become better, you know what I'm saying, or you help them with something that made their life go in the right direction. You know, this is a very pivotal moment of creating greatness, man. Because you know what, greatness is, I'm telling you, greatness is earned, is never given. I'm gonna say that on every podcast. It is very important, man. Your story, man. You know what? You can go back and look at some of the chapters in your story. When you was 20, 21, you might be 20, 21 right now. You know what I'm saying? When you was 18, and ask yourself, in those chapters, what mistakes have I made? That I don't want to write those same mistakes in this new chapter, all right? The problem is people get locked in and missing the mark on the chapters that they're writing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, a lesson unlearned must be repeated. I repeat, a lesson unlearned must be repeated. So if you do not learn from your lessons, it must be in the next chapter. So why would you have in 20 chapters or 10 chapters the same lessons? So you gotta learn from those lessons, man. It's very important that you learn from these lessons. So a lesson unlearned, and then remember, a loss is just a lesson. All right, a lesson that you learn to make your situation better. When you understand this, everything, a clearer vision starts to happen, man. So I'm telling you guys right now, I want you to write your story, but I don't want in every chapter you to have the same mistakes. That means you have not learned from your mistakes. So learn from these mistakes. So I want you guys to just lock in to these different mistakes. All right, so as we go into I want to talk about some things you should be asking yourself, all right? Before we get to that, I want to say this, though. Please allow yourself grace and allow yourself mistakes. The problem is, while we're writing our story, while we're living our story, we're beating ourselves up too much, all right? We're beating ourselves, and we are in denial. And I say, man, why are we in denial? A lot of us are in denial. You know what I'm saying? And for the acronym, those of you who don't know, the acronym of denial is don't even notice I am lying. We're lying to ourselves on a daily basis and wondering why we keep living through the same situation. Because God is telling you, oh, you until you get it right, you're gonna have to live through it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want you to have the same lessons in every. Listen, in order for your book to be incredible, you have to have different lessons and different chapters. And I say that because so many people will be like, well, I'm still learning from my mistakes. It's 5 years later. Like, when we going to wake up and say, I'm not going to be going through the same mistakes, man. The definition of insanity is continue to do the same thing over and over and expecting different results. So how is it, when do you get out of that mind frame that you will not be insane and you will create, you will design, you will get the things that you desire, man. And as you're writing this story, you're writing your book. This is your book. Your life is your book, all right? We've seen people who have passed away, and what did they leave? Hopefully, after I done passed away, I done did 1,000 podcasts, and people can come back and watch these podcasts. You know what I'm saying? Or 1,000 YouTube videos, and people can come back and watch those YouTube videos. These are very fundamental moments that you need to create so that you can get the things that you desire, man. I'm telling you guys right now, I want you to write your story, and I want you to not only write your story, I want you to make sure you make a good story on how your story has impacted people and helped them along the journey, though. Because I'm telling you, man, I see so many people that have so many great tools, but they do not allow their self to help these individuals, man. And it's sad, though, because it's like, man, come on, man, help. Listen, man, God gave you all these tools. Please go and help somebody with their importance. So, listen, as we go into the next chapter, you know what I'm saying, of life, you know what I'm saying, each chapter of life, or, you know, some people look at, you know, it can be whatever year you is, and then whatever number year it is, 2021, 2022, you know, you got to position that. So I want you guys to know this. So believe in your story and know that your story is about helping others, not yourself. Listen, you got 3 fingers. Some of you might be watching the video. Some of you might be listening to the podcast. Point your fingers. Point one finger out. You got 1 finger pointing to the sky, which is God. One finger pointing to them, and 3 fingers pointing back at yourself. So who and why are you helping them, man? So I use that analogy to say that you are built. When you pointing the finger at somebody, you also pointing the finger at God and 3 back to yourself. So it's important that you guys get locked in and say, my story will be about helping, motivating, educating others. It's time to get unselfish, man. Some of you guys got so many tools in your arsenal, so many great things you can help people with, but you choose not to because you're so stuck in where you're at right now. So it's time to reflect, man. It's time to reflect on where you're going, how you getting there, and who your story will help. All right. I wrote this notation down. It says a good story should change the way the world see you. All right. A good story should change the way the world see you. All right. What is people saying about you? It's time for you to get locked in, man. I'm gonna tell you a quick story, man. And I always try to tell people like different analogies and stories, man. One day, I decided that I was gonna live my dreams. But the only way that I can live my dreams was for me to get locked in and figure out who I was gonna help. It stopped being about me and it started being about other people. It started being about who can I help? How can I help them? What position am I in to take them to the next level? It's never about me. It's about other people. Hope. The acronym stands for help other people excel. When you give people hope, not only do you help them excel, you push them to a next level, man. There's a new level. There's a new level. I repeat, there's a new level. You want to give people hope, help other people excel. When you help enough people get what they want out of life, you will get what you want out of life. The problem is, you haven't got what you wanted out of life because you haven't helped enough people get what they want out of life. It's time to stop living this selfish mindset. It's time to stop living this mindset of, it's all about me. I tell people all the time, get locked in, man. This is your story, man. Your story is going to be a great story. Your story is going to allow you to become the best version of yourself. But at the end of your story, what will your story say about you? What will people say about you? Who have you helped over the last 6 months? Who have you helped over the last 6 years? Who have you helped over the last 6 days? And who can you help in the next 6 minutes? I'm telling you guys right now, get locked in, man. Your dreams can only become a reality when you understand that it's about giving people hope. It's about helping other people excel. It's about helping them get to the place where they want to be. It's never about you. You just a vessel that God is allowed to use. I tell people all the time, I'm just a vessel. If you don't learn nothing else from me, let me be a vessel to motivate, educate, and inspire you. Because right now is your time is going to teach you 3 principles, life, brand, legacy. And the question is, how are you going to leave it? It's time to write that story, man. Some of y'all are wasting time, not writing your story, and you wondering why you ain't got no results, man. It is very, very important, man. The acronym of the day in this podcast. It's story, man. Story. And I'm going to dive into it in a second. But before I dive into that, I want you guys to really write this down. I will create my own story. My story will impact others. I will create my own story. My story will impact others. The reason why I want you guys to write that down, because I want you guys to tell yourself this on a daily basis. I will create my own story, and my story will impact others. It's no longer about me and what I can get out of this world. It's what I can do with the gift that God gave me to give to the world. And so many times we are not aligned with God's vision, because God has aligned us to want to help people. But we so aligned in what can we get out the world instead of what can we give the world. A closed fist cannot receive anything, but an open hand can receive everything. It is so important that you line up whatever that you're trying to do, man. I'm speaking positivity in your life. I'm speaking the things that if nobody told you today, I'm telling you this today while you listen to this podcast. Write down, I will create my story and I will help other people. People need you, man. They need what you have, but you got to line up and believe that what you have is for others and it's not for you. The problem is too many of us thinking that everything is for us and not for other people. Sometimes God give you a gift to give to other people. But we so selfish as humans, we never realize that gift is to help other people. But we trying to get the best that we want out of life, which is good. I understand that. So many people, you need to get the best of what you want out of life. You need to, you know what I'm saying? I know my parents didn't have this, so I got to put myself on this level. I got you. But in the process, remember, document your moments, and God is watching you, because he wants you to be the vessel that he can use. You know what I'm saying? You want to make 6 figures a year, he want to use you, but in order for you to make 6 figures a year, you got to help somebody else make something else out of their life. And we're so, I notice a lot of things about us as humans. We're so selfish and not understanding that our life is just a reflection of what it is that God wants us to do. So every day I wake up, I really try to be locked in and say, man, God, what is it you got for me? How can my story help others? What can I do on a daily basis to push them to excellence? And I know I hear some of you say, man, I'm not where I want to be yet. Well, God is telling you, you are where he wants you to be. All right? And where he wants you to be is in position to help others to get to where they want to be. Then he can bring you to the level that you want to be. The problem is we so caught up in where we want to be and not where God wants us to be. I tell people, why now is your time. This is a heart-to-heart moment, man. We need to create our story. We need to write it out. We need to say, man, this year I'm going to impact 20 people. This year I'm going to talk to 100 people about this. This year I'm going to be able to help this person with a job, help this person with a brand, help this person become the best version of themselves. But the problem is we beating ourselves up so much that we never give ourselves time to help other people because we're so focused on us. But that's not how it's designed. It's designed for us to give to others. You know what I'm saying? Again, a closed fist can't receive anything. It can knock somebody out. But an open hand can receive everything. And I tell people this on a daily basis, man. You got a story. I want to know about your story. Tell me 3 ways you impacted people. Tell me what people are saying about you right now in the marketplace. Tell me who you helped outside your family members. Tell me, is it about you or is it just about you and your kids? Tell me. This thing, sometimes God wants you to take somebody under your wings and he wants you to mentor them because you in a better place than them. So you can't worry about, people so worried about, well, if I teach them, then they might take my position. If God gave to you, nobody can take it away. And that's just facts. That's just big facts. So me, I tell people every day, I'm never in competition with nobody but myself. The person I look in the mirror every day, I look at this person and say, hey, you, why now is your time? Mr. Why now is your time? You are competing against you. So go out and help others become successful too. Because it's not about you, it's about them. You know what I'm saying? You are helping people, man. You are designed to help people. Your story should be full of stories on how you impacted people. Your story should be full of stories. I repeat, your story should be full of stories of how you impacted people. You should go back to chapter 21 and say, oh, this year I helped these people. You should go back to 25 and say, this year I helped these people. When I was 17, I helped these. You know, your story should be full of stories on how you help people. The problem is you always worried about yourself. And I'm speaking to some of you. Some of you guys might say, nah, man, I do help people. Do you help enough people? Or are you so judgmental is that you're particular about who you help? Because sometimes God don't want to help you because of who you living in sin or whatever. But the problem, he still helps you. So I think we need to stop being so judgmental on people and really bring them in and say that, hey, I'm about to write. When I write my story is going to be full of content of helping people. My story ain't going to be about me. My story going to point to hundreds and thousands of other people. My story, I'm going to be able to wash my hands, and when I make it to the pearly gates, I can say, God, I did your work. You know what I'm saying? Because some of you guys are in a great position to help others, but you refuse to because you feel like you ain't where you need to be. And sometimes God said, I'm not going to never get you where you think you should be, because you got this gift that you need to start helping people with. So how I'm going to get you where you need to be when you ain't even trying to help where you at? There's people that you above right now that you can be helping. But you trying to have this perfect thing. You care about what people say about you, what they think about you. It's not about that, man. It's about you locking into your dreams. And locking in and say that, listen, my life will impact and help others, man. My life will impact and help others. My life will impact and help others. My life will impact. I'm going to say that over and over, man. Because I realized a couple things. That, God, you gave me a gift. And I believe we all got superpowers. Let me explain that. Superpowers. Some of you, my wife's superpower is discernment. You know what I'm saying? My superpower is connecting with other people. You know what I'm saying? So some of us got superpowers. So how are you going to use those superpowers to connect to these people? Or how are you going to use your superpowers to put your print on this earth? You know what I'm saying? So imagine at the end of your life, everybody you ran across, you get a chance to go see how you could have helped them. But you chose not to because you was worried about you're not in the correct position where you want to be. Sometimes to get where you want to be, you got to do what God wants you to do to get you to that place you want to be. Because where you want to be it might not be where you need to be at this present moment. So where you at while you're writing this book, while you're writing your book, your chapters in your book, it needs to be about income and impact. Income and impact. Impact and income, however you want to put it. Because at the end of the day, I'll tell you guys something though. Because life is going to happen. Life is going to beat us up. But it ain't about how many times we get knocked down. As long as we keep getting up and we can get up. Because every morning I wake up, I say, oh man, thank you, Lord. It's another day. It's another day where I can go out and fulfill the destiny that you have lined up for me. I hear some of you guys, I can hear it in my spirit, some of you guys saying, oh my gosh, yeah, but you don't understand what I'm going through right now. We all go through moments. That's cool. But the problem is when the getting is good, what do you really do about it? I think the problem is some of you guys are so caught up in when the getting is good, not helping nobody get to where they trying to go, man. And it's sad, but it's true though. So, man, I'm sorry about beating a dead horse. You know what I'm saying? But I'm about to get into these. Another thing too, sponsorships. Quick commercial break. Sponsorships, man. If you want to be sponsored on this podcast, the video podcast, or even the audio, man, DM us. Mr. Why Now Is Your Time at gmail.com. And you know what I'm saying? We can negotiate the price, and we can feature you per month on each episode. We're doing anywhere from 8 to 12 episodes a month. So we can plug your brand in. So I say that to say that, hey, let us know, man. Allow yourself grace, and also believe that your story is about you pushing yourself and others to greatness. Because listen, this life, man, it's so short-lived. I see so many people just out of here. I'm like, man, what happened? Man, people dying from this life is short. So your story already gonna be short chapter. So make sure that every chapter is filled to let their greatness shine. You know what I'm saying? So 7 questions. Let's get into it, man. 7 questions, 7 promising questions that you guys should ask yourself, all right? Number 1, what is your biggest milestone and accomplishment you did this year? I asked that question, though. Is that accomplishments about you, or is that accomplishments about others? Again, what is your biggest milestone and your accomplishment that you did this year? Now, I really want to tell you guys, man, I sometimes I gotta do a reflection in the mirror too and say, man, okay, who have I helped this year? Who have I spoke greatness into? You know, how have I helped them this year? You know, what is my milestone? Is it about the things that I done, or is it about the things of who I helped? This is a critical question that we all should be asking ourselves on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? So, what have you done this year? What milestone have you hit, and what accomplishment? That milestone that you hit, and it's okay. Self goals, I love self goals, but are your self goals helping other people too, though? You know what I'm saying? Or just all about what you done and who you supposed to been helping? Like I said, we run into people every day. Some people we supposed to been helping, but you know we choose not to help people. Why? I don't know, but we choose not to help people. So that's number 1. Number 1. You tell me, what is your biggest accomplishment this year, right? You writing that story. Number 2, what challenge did you overcome this year that you did not overcome last year? Write that down. What challenges did you overcome this year that you did not overcome last year? This is very important because I'm telling you, every day we all have challenges. Every day we all have things that's going to get in our way. So what challenges are you going to overcome, or you have overcome this year? Or matter of fact, you might be on the verge of overcoming it. So what is that challenge? You know what I'm saying? And is that challenge helping other people, or is it helping you? I'm just asking a question. I don't know. I'm just asking a question. Tell me about this challenge. You know what? So that's the second question. All right, this is questions we're talking about when you writing your story. You know, the second one is, what goal did you have that you didn't reach? Because, you know, we set goals every year. We say, like I said, we're writing our story. So we say in our story, at the beginning of the year, as we writing the story, ask yourself, what goals have I accomplished? Or what goals do I want to accomplish? And ask yourself, because look, some goals are longer than the 12 months. But that's why I believe in immediate goals, which is 30-day goals, short-term goals, which is 6 months goals, and long-term goals, which is 2 to 5 years. So you break down, because to me, in order to achieve anything great, you got to break this thing down and like little sequences, like little things. So you got to really break it down. So what goals have you accomplished this year, or what goals you didn't accomplish this year? You know what I'm saying? You make sure you write these questions down. Number 4, who did you surround yourself with this year? You know what? I like to talk about this because sometimes your environment is the reason why you haven't got to where you're trying to go. Sometimes the environments that you are in are the reasons why you haven't got where you're trying to go. So who have you surrounded yourself with? If you didn't have a mentor, do you have one now? Hopefully this podcast might be your mentor. This podcast might speak to your heart. You know what I'm saying? But if you didn't have a mentor, who will be your mentor. Write this person down and then tell yourself, I'm only as good as the 5 people I associate myself with. You know, I can tell how much money you make. Simple. Tell me your 5 friends. I'm gonna add up how much they make a year and divide it by 5. You either 20,000 up or 20,000 down. This is facts. This is facts. So the people you associate yourself with are gonna be the people that's going to either push your dreams or stop your dreams. So who are you surrounding yourself with in your book? You writing your story. You are writing your story right now. I was connected to Johnny, but Johnny he wasn't a part of my mission, so I had to delete Johnny and had to add Chris. Chris now is a part of my mission and pushing my vision. I'm just saying, who you surrounded by is either going to help you or is going to hurt you. I repeat, who you surrounded by is either going to help you or is going to hurt you. You got to make a choice. You got to make a choice that some of the people that you associate yourself with, they are not good candidates to be in your circle. And some of them might be family. And I know I get some of you say, oh, I love my family. Yeah, we all love our family. But make sure that your family is supposed to be connected to your vision. Because some people is not even supposed to be connected to your vision. But we keep allowing these people, because we love them, to be connected to us, and they stunt our growth. I hope I'm speaking to you. I hope you getting this, all right? You better be writing this down. Number 5, in your business, where you hope to be, or how are you going to start that business? Remember, this is a podcast for entrepreneurs. So we're gonna be talking about writing your story, and we're talking about why you writing your story in your business, where you hope to be, and how you gonna get there. Again, all that's gonna be associated with the people that you are connected to, the people that you are surrounded by. Because those circle of friends, those are gonna be the one that either push you or hurt you. You know what I'm saying? So even if you got one bad apple, it can spoil all the apples. So you gotta pick wisely your friends, your circles, your influence, your mentors. You gotta pick very wisely to help you get to the next level. So I'm just telling you guys, man, that this is how I got where I'm at today. All right, so. Number 6, how did you spend your time all year, and what did you spend your time on? All right. So how are you going to spend your time all year, and where are you going to spend it, or what did you spend your time on? What and how did you do it? Because it's important, man. The most valuable thing we got in life is time. I don't care about nothing else but time. Because money, you can make more money. Time you can never get back, all right? Money is just a tool to create memories. I better put that in your notes. Money is just a tool to create memories, and that's it. Of course, to live life, but money is a tool to pay your bills and stuff like that. But I promise you this. Please spend your time wisely with the right people in the right situation to push your greatness. They either gonna help you or they gonna do what? I hear you. They gonna hurt you. But you gotta pick and choose which direction that you want to go. So that was number 6, I think. All right, last one. What are 3 big goals that you have over the next 6 months for yourself to push you to greatness? So if I was you right now, I'd say, man, in the next 3 months, example, I want to have, I'm just throw something out there. I want to have a business making $3,000 a month. And then I'll say, how I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna connect with different people that I can sell my business to. So write that down. Write down in the next couple months, what are the biggest goals that you're trying to do? It's important, man. You have to line yourself up. The problem is we're not lining ourselves up. You know what I'm saying? So what What are 3 big goals that you're trying to achieve this year and the next 6 months? It might be the end of the year for you. Maybe you only achieve 1 or 2, but you got to remember, what are the 3 things that you want to achieve? Because I think once you line that up, you're like, oh man, I can do this right now. I can make this happen. I mean, I'm telling you right now, I can really line this up. As y'all know, I'm about to give y'all the scripture. Here we go. All right. So the scripture says, and this is see, the Bible be so tricky. Habakkuk, whatever. Habakkuk. Anyway, it says, and this is the New Living Translation. It says, write my answer plainly on tables so that a runner can carry through the message of others. Basically, it says, write your vision down. Write the vision down. Write your goals down. Write your story down so that people can carry it on. If I die today, or if I die tomorrow, or whatever, my will is done, my business is in place, and it is pushing to greatness. All right? So I already done figured it out, what I had to do, what I got to do. So write the vision down and make it plain so that other people can push your vision forward. The problem is, some of you guys have not wrote the vision down. Some of you guys you're not writing your story. You're just waking up every single day. And why are you waking up every day and not achieving your goals? I don't get this. Or are you waking up every day and you're not writing your story? You're letting any and everybody come inside your story, and they're writing their stories. They're writing your story for you because you're giving them the pen. You're giving them the pen to write in your book when the pen needs to be stay in your hand so you can write the book. So when somebody starts speaking negative, get them out the way. Somebody start acting like, hey, well, I don't really know if this can happen. Get them out the way. It's very important that you keep that pen in your hand. Do not give up that pen, period. I just told you earlier, I said a good story should change the way you see the world or they see the world. When you have a good story and your story is helping people, your story is impacting people, not only will people know, like, and trust you, but they will push your brand, your story, your mission. They will say incredible things about you, and then you'll be able to do and accomplish the things that you want to accomplish, though. So, again, I wrote these in my notes. I says, your life is a story. Write it well and edit it often. I repeat, your life is a story. Write your story well and edit your story often, because you can write with a pencil, you can write with an erasable pen, but the thing is, edit your story. Don't let nobody else tell your story but you. You are the only person that you can tell your story. Yes, people will say great things about you, but when you wrote your story and you edited it often and you wrote it very well and detailed, guess what? Nobody else can write your story but you. But the problem is, we are allowing people. We are saying, here's the pen, here's my book of life, write in my book. And now people are writing in your book. They writing what they want to write. They know nothing about your heart, nothing about what you got lined up, but you are allowing them to write your story. I refuse to let you write my story. I promise you, I refuse to let you write my story. I'm not gonna let you write my story. I'm writing my own story. You know what I'm saying? I might have gave my pen up on chapter 21 because I was young and dumb. But as I'm living life, I'm not giving you the pen, and I'm keeping the pen in my possession. And every day I wake up, I'm writing the direction I want to go. I'm writing down my dreams. I'm laying out the path of where I see myself. I'm allowing myself to be surrounded by these people. No one can stop me from going where I need to go. I'm telling you right now, you better be so locked in to where you want to go. This is your life. This is your dreams. This is the things that you're trying to do. This is your story. Don't give them the pen. They don't deserve it. They don't deserve it. Let them write their own story. You gonna write your story. I don't know why is it that we want to just give our pen up and let people write into our life. I refuse to let you write anything in my book. I'm writing this book. I refuse to give you the pen so you can write whatever you feel. No. This is my life. This is my book. This is my story, man. It's questions I'm asking myself on a daily basis when I get up. Why is it that I feel this way? How can I become the best version of myself? What do my book What do my book look like in this moment? In my book, who names is in my book that I have helped? Or just my book just about me and my family? These are things I'm be asking myself on a daily basis. You should be asking yourself. I try to tell people, you are your greatest asset. Become an asset to the world, not a liability. The problem is too many people are liabilities because you are allowing them to write in your book, man. I refuse to let you write in my book. I refuse to let you tell my story. I'm telling my story, I'm writing my book, and I'm speaking in an author, man. And I pray that today will be one of those days that you say, you know what? This makes a lot of sense on what he's saying, though. This makes a lot of sense. So I want to go to a quick little clip. I like this clip, and let's listen to it real quick. Here you go. It's just a quick little clip I like to add to all.
I knew I was on a mission, on this very specific quest. You know, it was bigger than just wanting to be a musician or
Yes.
do movies. It was about finally showing the world what Scott could do.
Come on.
I wasn't the best student. At that moment in your time in life, you feel like that's all that matters. High school, it's like, oh, this girl doesn't like me. This guy here, and it's all this drama. And you go into the real world, and you know it's about trying to make your mark in the world. And I never got a chance to do that academically. So I had this fire. I had this fire to pursue this musical career.
So what's your fire, though? What's your burning desire, though? What are you trying to pursue today? See, you writing this book right now. Write in this book. Some of you guys start journaling your life, man. I don't know why you scared. You're afraid to journal your life. Journal your life. Journal it. The acronym of story, and I said I was going to go into it. The S means set the stage. All right? Set the stage for your life right now. I need you guys to set the stage. All right? There's a stage right now in your story. You got to set the stage. All right? Remember, you're the star character in your story. All right? But the star character can either be the villain or it can be the good guy. You know what I'm saying? So set the stage in your story. That's the S. I'm doing the acronym of story. That's the S. All right? This is very important that you set the stage. All right? The T is understand the timing of your story. All right? We are allowed to create whatever it is that we want to create, but the timing in the story and setting the stage is going to have to be lined up. All right? So the timing, all right? So you got to keep grinding. Sometimes you got to keep grinding because timing and opportunity going to meet. They going to collide together. But see, the problem is some of you guys, you set the stage and you think the timing should be automatically there. That ain't how this works. All right? It don't work like that. So the thing you got to know is set the stage and keep grinding because the timing is going to meet the stage. Hit me when I tell you this. I'm trying to give you guys some incredible notes. All right? The O is organize your situation. All right? So you set the stage. You know the time is coming up. But now you got to organize where you're going. All right? The GPS analogy. You got to already know where you're going. So the O in story is organizing your situation. All right? That means that you got your vision is so clear in your story that you know that you're writing your story and you edit it often. You're writing a well story and you edit it often. So know that something's got to be organized. It's important that you organize. The R, come on, the R. The R is relentless. You got to be relentless in creating your story. The problem is so many people give up and they don't see, like, man, all right. So you set the stage. You know the time is going to meet. You didn't organize everything to where it needs to go. And now you're being relentless of pursuing that thing that's going to happen. Because the time is going to meet with you being relentless. I don't know how much to say it. I don't know how bad I need to say it. But man, I promise you guys this. If you get smart enough and do this long enough, I promise you things will open up so crazy. You're going to look back and be like, wow. You know what I'm saying? So lock in. Listen, lock in. Lock in. And the why. The why. The why is don't let your youthfulness rob you of your time. Ooh. So, while you able to walk around, while you able to pursue your dreams, you're not 100 years old and you can't walk. And now you lay in your bed. Your youthfulness. It's time while God is allowing you to have the energy and the strength to write your story. You're writing your story right now. You're being intentional on your story right now. All right, you're writing a well story and you editing that story often. I mean, you locking in on your story. This is your story. You know what I'm saying? What will people say about your story at the end of your journey? All right, it's all appointed for man to die. So we will die. You know what I'm saying? But while you got your youthfulness, write the story. Again, let's go over it. I want you to know something. I want you to know something real bad. And I'm telling you right now, you got to know this. Be locked in. Be intentional. Be intentional. The stage is set right now for you. Set the stage. This is your story. This is your story. Set the stage for your story. Understanding that your story will meet the right timing at the right time. But you gotta go grind. Period. I want you to go grind because the timing will come once the stage is set. The O is organize your life and be around the people that's going to help you become greatness. I talked about this earlier. Surround yourself around people who going to push you to the next level. It's your time. This is why now is your time. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. You listening to this podcast for a reason. It's pushing you to greatness. You become great. Organizing everything. The R is be relentless. And we want to add something else. Be real with yourself. Don't be in denial. Be real with yourself. You can do this. I believe in you. Do you believe in yourself? If nobody telling you today they believe in you, Why Now Is Your Time podcast is telling you, we believe in you. And if we can do it, you can do it. Nothing special. We just made up in our mind and we ain't got it. And the why is, while you able to walk around, while you able to have your health and your strength, take advantage of every single day. Take advantage of every single day. Don't allow today to pass us by. We gotta lock into where we're trying to go. Your youthfulness, what God giving you, your feet to walk, your legs to walk, while He giving you your mind to think, while He giving you your voice to speak. Align yourself up with your story. Your story can be amazing, but you gotta believe in your story. This is your time. We have no time to waste. Time is of the essence. You got that ideal. Pursue it. You got them dreams lined up. Pursue it. Don't let people tell you what you can't do. Because you're writing your story today. You're writing your story today. You're writing your story today. Man, you writing your story today. If I can go back in my earlier years, man, and somebody would have spoke this to me, I'd have been so farther ahead. That's the advantage of creating this podcast, is through all my experiences, I'm being able to give you guys gems, give you guys information and knowledge, and help you become a successful entrepreneur, help you become a successful person in life, giving you the right tools that you can go into the world to be equipped with, and understanding that your greatness is within you. On each and every podcast that I tell you, man, I'm gonna speak into you. I'm gonna speak into your life. I'm gonna speak into your heart. I'm gonna tell you how great you are. I ain't gonna let nobody try to discourage you. If you come to this podcast, you will be motivated. You will be inspired. You will know that we're lining up messages and dreams. All right, we're helping you pursue your dreams. We helping you design the life you want. I'm telling you right now, you creating the brand you deserve, and you leaving your legacy with this podcast. I'm speaking to you till you get here every single time. I'm not gonna let nobody tell you that you can't be great, because greatness is within you. The problem is nobody's speaking to you. Nobody's telling you that. Nobody's normal saying, hey, listen, I became an entrepreneur and I'm job free. This is how y'all done it. And it starts with the right mindset. It starts with the right attitude. It starts with me being the best version of myself. It starts with you being the best version of yourself. It starts with all of us collectively gathering together to help each other become greater than we ever can become. The problem is, the more we separate from each other, the easier it is for us not to achieve our dreams. But if we connect with each other, and we push each other, and we become the best version to help each other become great, I'm going to tell you right now, doors will open up, and you won't even believe all the blessings that's going to fall down, man. So many blessings going to fall down. The minute I stopped listening to people who had small visions, I couldn't, myself wouldn't let me go in the direction of being small. So I started listening to people who had dynamic, incredible vision. Things that pushed me to new heights and new levels. And when I started listening to these people, not only have I become successful, now I'm in a position to help other people become successful. Listen, man, you got a voice. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Next Level Podcasting is coming out, if it ain't already out. You got a voice. Your voice will impact people. Your voice will help people. You ever help somebody and they said, man, oh my God, I'm glad I got this for free. Oh man, I didn't ever think about this. Listen, man, you are your greatest gift. And I'm going to tell you right now, the gift that is inside of you, you can push yourself to new levels and new heights, man. It's just all about you believing in yourself. As I close out this podcast, man, I'll tell you guys one thing, man. One thing and one thing only, man. Some of the things I can remember that I highlighted is your story, the 7 questions. Also, telling yourself you will create your own story. It's going to happen, man. So one thing I want you guys to do, man, is get locked in. Get locked in. Get locked in. Your document, I'm going to repeat. You are documenting your life. You are creating your story. I thank you guys for tuning in, man. I'm excited. I'm ignited. Greatness is within you. This is why now is your time. Design the life you want. Create the brand you deserve. And leave your legacy. Don't forget, access, DM us at whynowsyourtime.com or mrwhynowsyourtime.com. If you have any questions, if you have any topics, if you want to know anything, you want us to talk about it, I will bring it up. I have a ton of information that I'm launching. We will be launching a new membership site called Accelerate Your Brand Academy. It's a mastery course. It's a monthly fee, $77. But man, the information inside of there is just incredible. I mean, you just can't stop the information. I mean, it's so much good information. It's like people are really trying to build their brand, man. They really, if you want to build your brand and you really want to design the life you want and create your brand, leave your legacy, this course, and it's a month, and this will be me getting on there every Tuesday with you and motivating and inspiring you and showing you examples on how we building out multi-million-dollar funnels, how we building out our brand on a weekly basis. We're not holding back no punches, man. And we're going to be starting a little book club, too, and show you what we reading, man. I done read a ton of books. I know I'm over 800. And it's just, man, I don't even read them no more because now I listen to them using certain apps. And I'll bring them apps up that you guys can use. I just want you guys to be equipped to getting where you want to go. As we close this thing out, remember, this is why now is your time. Design the life, create your brand, and leave your legacy. Let's close this thing out.
You're now listening to Why Now Is Your Time podcast and radio. We believe you should design the life you want, create the brand you deserve, and leave your legacy
Let's go.
for years to come. Because life without purpose has no meaning. Your life, your brand, and your legacy. How would you leave it?
How would you leave it?
Listening to WhyNowIsYourTime.com, the only place to get motivation and education about entrepreneurship.
See, listen, some of you guys are watching this video, some of you guys are listening to it. We either see you in the next video or listen to the next podcast. You guys have an incredible day. Remember, write your story. Don't give that pen away. Be blessed.